Hi everyone, it's Fiona again. Welcome back to my channel, and this is part 4 of the junk journal project. So if you're following along with this series, or you're following along and you're making the journal and following the steps that I do yourself, please use the hashtag the junk journal project so that I can find you, whether it be on YouTube or Instagram or in the Facebook group. Just use that hashtag, the junk journal project. So this is part 4. We've made our journal cover, we've put in our pages, and we have put some charms and what are these things called? Beads. Charms and beads on the spine. And so for this video, we're going to make a folio. We're going to make a folio to go in the center signature. So what I'm going to use is a manila folder, or a file folder, those manila file folders that you buy, which are these ones here. And mine doesn't have the tabs. I don't think I can get the ones with the tabs where I am. I'm not even sure if you can get them here in Australia. I guess you can, but I usually find the ones without the tabs, so that's what I'll be using. And firstly though, we have to make sure that it's going to fit in between these two holes. So it needs to be about the same size as the pages. So I'm just measuring, and that's about 8 inches. So I want it to be about 8 inches in height. So I'll just put those out of the way for a second. The first thing I want to do is first of all, I want to cut the bottom off of my folder, and I want to cut it to 12 inches. And the reason I'm doing that is because it won't actually fit in my paper trimmer or my scoring machine because it's too long. But the other reason is that it makes it easier for all the other measurements. So I'm just marking it at 12 inches, and I'm going to cut that down. My paper trimmer here. This is my Martha Stewart paper trimmer, in case you're wondering. So I'm just going to put that there. I think that's going to cut through both pieces. Let's see. Yep. We might be able to use this afterwards for a belly band or something. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to decorate the folio, so we'll make it up as we go along. And this was actually inspired by the Book Vandal shop on YouTube. She's got quite a lot of file folder type projects, and some of them are really great, but mine's going to be a bit different because I've got a different file folder. She had the one with the tabs, and yeah, my measurements are just going to be a bit different. So the next thing I want to do, because I want it to be 8 inches high, I want to score it. So just excuse me for a second while I change my blade, because I have my cutting cutting blade on, and I need to change it to a scoring blade. Unfortunately, I don't have a scoreboard at the moment, so I'm using my paper trimmer for scoring as well. I just need to take that blade out. Should pop out like that. And then put my scoring blade in. So, 8 inches. I'm going to score it. Hang on a second, I've got it the wrong way around because it needs to be 8 inches. No, actually it probably doesn't matter. 8 inches from the top. So there we go. So I'm going to score it right here. I'm going over a couple of times. Then I'm going to turn it over and do it again, only because it's quite thick and this scoring blade's not going to go all the way through. So there we go, I've just scored that on the 8-inch mark. So just depending on the length or the height of your journal, you know, that will depend on how tall yours is going to be, but make sure it's going to fit in between those two holes that you have. So I'm just going to fold this up just for just to reinforce that fold. But I'll be opening it up again in a second. I just want to reinforce that while I'm here. Using a bone folder. Yeah. So that'll be my pockets, and that's right, they should be 4 inches high. Yeah, that's right. So I'm just going to open it out again. I'm going to fold the smallest, this top one, the shortest one. I think this is right. No. Hang on, sorry. I'm going to fold the longest one first. I think. Yeah. First of all, I'll fold the longest one into the centre. But I'm not going to do it right on the line, just a smidgen back so that it's got room to fold open and closed. So just, you know, a couple of millimetres, 1/8 of an inch, and fold. I hope I've got this right. Sometimes it's a bit confusing which one you fold first, but we'll soon see. So that's that one. And now, so that we get the edges even when we fold our folio together, fold that one that you've just, you've just scored that one, then fold it on the half score line again, and then all we need to do is score down here, and then we know that when we fold that one in, it's going to be even. I hope that makes sense. I'll just get my scoreboard again. And I score just along the edge there. I think that's about right. I'm hoping that it's... might have to do it the other way with this one. It's just the way my scoring thing works. It might be better this way. And I hope that I can get it lined up. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to score right on that edge. No, that didn't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just mark it with my pencil on the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to unfold this and put it in again, because I think because I had that fold there, it wasn't working, but you probably won't have that problem if you've got a proper scoring board. That's better, it's working now. So if I've done that right, when I fold this in, and it's going to be shorter than this one, which is fine, that's just how it works. So when I fold this in, they should line up. So this is our folder, and we folded that one into the center, almost to the center, and that's the longest one. And now we're folding this one in to where we measured it, and we fold it in half. And yep, mine's pretty much lined up. So that's so far. The next thing we need to do is fold up our pockets, and we're going to do some cutting. So first of all, with the center bit, with the center fold, we're going to cut just a little bit to the right of the fold down to here, and then a little bit on the left, and that's for ease of opening and closing when you've got your pockets up. So I'm just going to quickly cut down either side of there. So not right on the fold line, just either side. Oops, something just fell off the table. You end up with that little bit like that. Mine's not very straight. That's okay. So when we fold these up, it's going to make that easier for that to open and close. Now we need to do a little bit more cutting. Okay, so we've cut out our center one here. The next thing we need to do is cut along the other two lines, folds, and you can just cut straight along the fold for these ones. Just to the fold line like that. And that's going to be the pocket for the centre one. And this front one is going to go to the outside. So you end up with a pocket on the outside there. And the same with this one. I'm going to cut it on the fold again. And this one comes up as well. And this one, the end one, folds to the back. So we've got the two middle ones folding to the inside and the two outside pockets folding to the outside. So when I fold it up, it will be like this. Open it up. And we have a pocket here. No pocket there. Then we have a pocket here, and a pocket on the outside of that one, and no pocket here or here. But we might actually add some pockets onto the outside. You don't have to, but we might add one here. And I'm wondering if we should add them here and here. Or you could do either. You can add them to here and here, or you could add a tall pocket to the outsides. Okay, so the next thing to do is to ink around all of your edges and into all of your folds before you put your papers on. But don't glue your pockets shut yet, because it's easier to glue your papers on before you put your pockets, because otherwise your paper won't go down inside there. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this all up, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've inked mine all up, all my edges. So the next thing we need to do is we're going to be adding some pages to the centre. Sorry, I just couldn't find something. Oh, there it is. We're going to be adding some pages to the centre one here. So I'm not going to be adding mine now because I'm not going to be sewing mine in, because I'm going to attach this into my journal with an elastic band, and then I'm going to put my pages in with the elastic band as well. So, but I just thought I'd tell you now, in case you wanted to sew them in, because now would be the time to sew your pages into the centre. So I've just got some coffee dyed papers here that I'm going to put in, and I've only got about 4 pages, because you don't really want too many because it'll end up too bulky. So I'm just folding mine in half long ways like this, and that's going to be about right. You might want them coming out a bit further, but I'm just going to fold mine in half that way, and then just cut them to the length. But I'm not going to do mine right now, but if you want to sew yours in, you might want to do that now. So the next thing is we need to decide what you want to have for your closure before you glue your papers on, because we're going to use like a ribbon closure, or you know, if you've got some sari silk or what's that other stuff, seam binding, you might want to use that. So you'll need to glue that underneath whatever paper you put on here, onto the front and the back cover. So I'm going to glue mine down now, roughly in the centre. Using a fairly strong glue that's going to hold fabric, although this is very thin ribbon. So I want to glue that down first, and leave enough so that you can sort of tie it in a bow. It's probably more than enough. And then I'll do the same with the back. Just line it up so that they're even. It's not really the centre, but it's close. Cut it off same length as the other one, roughly. So that's that. So now I'm going to start adding my papers. So I just want to show you these first of all. So these are from my latest printable. In a sec, I just need a baby wipe. Okay, so these are some of the pages from my latest kit, which is called Rose Garden, and I'll link that below the video if you want to go and have a look. So I haven't printed all of them, this is just some of them. So this is one of the taller pages, and there's another one there, beautiful roses on them. And this one here is, in the kit, it's plain white paper in the background. And I've made that so that you can print it onto tea-dyed or coffee-dyed paper, which is what I've done. So it's just got a plain white background, and then I've printed it onto my coffee-dyed paper. I think it looks gorgeous. So that's that one, and here's another one that had a plain white background. Yeah. And then this is the ephemera that comes with it. Just a couple of little postcards and some circles. And then this one is actually a separate, it's still Rose Garden, but it's not included with the journal kit. And it's not actually listed in my shop yet, but these are mini envelopes, and they should be listed by tonight sometime. And then I've printed another one of the pages, the horizontal double pages, actually onto some cardstock because I want to use this for pockets later. So I just wanted it a bit more sturdy, and I've printed it onto a cream cardstock, that one. So anyway, that's some of the pages. So now I want to decide what I want on my cover. And I think I want to use one of these. So I'm just going to use this one. I'm just going to make it, oh hang on, there was one other thing that I forgot to mention. With these file folders, you'll notice on the top and bottom edge here, they have rounded corners. So if you wanted to, you could round your other corners to match. I've got a corner punch somewhere. I should have got that out before. Just see if I can find it. If I can't find it, I won't worry about it. It doesn't bother me too much. About all the rummaging. No, not sure where I put it. That's okay, I don't mind. Because when we fold it over on the front here, it's all straight edges. There's no we don't have to worry about that. So I'm just going to measure my paper so that it's just a tiny bit smaller than the page. So I'm it's just got a bit of a border around it actually. I might just trim that border off first. Tiniest bit off the edge there because there's a little bit of a border from printing, and then down the side. I don't know whether I'll actually ink up this paper because it's quite grungy already. So I'm just going to measure that again. Put a couple of pencil marks. So one about there and one down the bottom here. That out. I think I'll use my paper trimmer because I don't trust myself to cut straight with the scissors. And I've still got my scoring blade on there. Yeah, smash that again. Take too long to change these blades, so it's quite nifty really. save some of my paper, so I'm not going to cut all the way down. Now I can't find my other pencil line. There it is. Yeah. So I'm going to need 2 pieces this size, one for the front and one for the back. So I'll cut another one out of the other piece. I think I'll go on this side this time. Use a different... I mean, these pieces are slightly different, but they've both got this rose on the left-hand side there. So I want this one to be different. I'm going to line that up. Hopefully I've got it straight. And then cut across this way. So I'm just going to mat the front and the back on camera, and then I will mat the rest of it off camera. So I'm sure you know how to do this. So that's a little bit wider. Probably didn't cut my paper straight. It's okay. It's all good. Let's glue this down. See what it looks like. Excuse me. Yep, and it is a tiny bit crooked here, a tiny bit too wide. Just trim that down. That's our front. Nice, like that. Like this paper. Even if I must say so myself, it's very nice. And the other piece onto the back. Just get my credit card actually smooth that out. It's already a little bit wrinkly because it's a coffee dyed paper, but I'll smooth that out. And then it's just going to close up like this. And I probably need to cut that ribbon a little bit. And when we open it up, we have our pocket here and here, and our pockets in the center. So I'm going to go ahead and mat the rest of it. So you just need to measure your papers to go, and you don't have to put paper down the full length of the ones with pockets if you don't want. You can just make sure it's a bit below the pocket, and then you mat the pocket as well. So I'll go off and do that so you don't have to watch me doing that, and I'll be back. Okay, so I finished matting all my pages, finished sticking my papers on. Yeah. And with some of my papers, they don't go all the way to the edge, and like over here, but that actually doesn't bother me because the reason is because I wanted to use up the papers that I had. I didn't want to have to print out anymore, and but I could add some lace or some ribbon or some other trim, or I could just do something else down the side there. So it's like an opportunity to do some more decorating. And this is going to be where the pages will be anyway. So anyway, I'm just going to glue down my pockets now. Down either side. Fairly thin strip of glue. Might have to hold that down for a minute. It's pretty thick cardstock, these manila folders. And the other thing I did was I just cut out a half circle in the top of my pockets. So it's easier to get things in and out. Just wipe that bit of glue off there. pockets done. Make sure they're not stuck down to the page. Not quite dry yet. So that's the base of our folio done. And as I said before, I was thinking about putting a long pocket on the front and the back, a side pocket, with this piece of cardstock that I printed out, but I don't think I'm going to. Because I like the paper, so I don't really want to cover that up. So I'm just going to leave that as it is, but you can do that. And all that I'm going to do now is, well, I've got some little pieces of ephemera that I could play around with. I could do something with these envelopes. All you need to do is fold them along the fold lines. And a little bit of ink. Cover up those white edges. And I might just ink on that fold as well. Bit of glue here and here. And have a little envelope. So that no, I'm not going to glue it down because I want to actually use it. So you could just stick obviously whatever you want in there, and I'm going to put it in one of the pockets. So I'm not going to mess around too much with decorating, because you can decorate yours however you want to, and this video is going to get way too long if I mess around too much more. But you know, with the postcards here, I might put one on there like that, which would look really nice. Maybe a little circle, or I could have put one of the little circles as a closure on the envelope as well. So I might do that. But for now, so you don't have to watch me doing all that. I'm just going to put some of my ephemera that I already have. And some of these are from our other Freebie Fridays. This was the little tag booklet. So now I've got somewhere to store it. So I'm going to put that one in there. Make sure it's going to fit nicely. Yep. And then I've got one of my butterfly specimen cards, which is also one of my printables, but I've had it sitting around for a while and had nowhere to put it. And then one of my little matchbook notebooks. Thought I might put one of them in there as well. So it's just a nice place for me to store things that I've made as well. I'll put that one in there. And now I'll put the pages in and we'll put it into our journal. So I'll just measure for the pages first that are going in the centre here. Probably should have done that actually before. Okay. So I decided I wanted to fold them this way. I just need to cut a bit off the bottom. That with my pencil. About there. I'm leaving about 1/2 centimetre at the top and bottom for the pages. Now all I've got to do is cut them down. Going to go through okay, my paper trimmer. May not. Almost, a couple of them. It's okay, we can finish them off with the scissors. Now just get the journal and going to get a piece of elastic and wondering whether I want to tie it on the outside or the inside. I think initially I'll tie it on the outside because that's going to be easier. Just get a piece about double the height of my book. and maybe a little bit extra. And let's get those pages in there as well. So we'll thread one through the top hole, one end, the other end through the bottom hole. And just pull it tight enough so that it's going to fit snugly in there. Just check it. Yeah, it's pretty good how it is. So I'm going to tie my knot. Make sure I've got that tight. And there we go. And you could tie it in the middle, on the inside if you wanted to. So that's our little folio in the centre of our journal. And I think they're very cute. I really like them. So we've got, just look through it once more, got our front cover, it opens like that, and then it opens like this, pocket in here, then we've got our pages, then we've got a pocket here, another one there, and that's the back. So then we're just going to close it like this. All done. Okay, so that's our little folio for the junk journal project, and I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.